Hello, I'm Janet.
And I'm Tom, and we're the National Sales Trainers for Stressless. Right now, we want to do a little skit for you to show you how easy it is to get that person in the properly fitted chair. Because we know the importance of our chairs, the importance is the comfort of it, and the comfort's getting the right fit. It's very confusing for a customer when they come in and they see all the chairs that we have on our line. So we want you to be able to quickly get them to focus on that 2 or 3 or that 1 chair so that you can make that sale and make that sale today and let that customer go home happy. I wish it was very easy and I could just tell you that it's a certain height is going to go into a certain chair, but that's not the way it works. People's bodies are all a little bit different. It's about torso length and leg length. And during our advanced classes in Vegas, Janet and I have worked with the top salespeople across the country and come up with a wonderful way to get this done very quickly and very painlessly. And we're going to do that for you right now. I'm going to be the person fitting Janet, and Janet's going to be my lovely customer. Right. So Janet, come on over here. We're going to walk them into the zone. I'm walking them in. Come on over. I'm going to have you sit in this chair right here for me. Let me get behind you. Okay. And I'm always going to try to get to the chair first, and it's the Vegas or the Reno. We start with these chairs because they give us the best ability to measure both the torso and the leg length. Also, these are some of our best-selling chairs, so we know they're going to be comfortable, and they're at our upper price point. So if you're going to get that sticker shock, you might as well get it at the upper price point right off the bat. First thing I'm going to do is lift the headrest all the way up. Make sure that I got that at the top. And then I'm going to turn the chair and offer her a seat. Go ahead and have a seat.
Thank you.
And turn it back into her. By turning the chair, I take away the problem of the ottoman being in the way, and I also show them that it's a swivel chair, so it does 2 things for me. Now, I've had the headrest all the way up. Those of you who have sold our chairs before know this is a little bit too high for Janet, but I'm going to adjust the headrest down. Here, Janet, I'm going to adjust that. Can you bring forward for me a little bit? Sure. And I'm just going to push it down, and I'm going to kind of pull on this flap as I'm pushing it down. I'm going to push it down so I get it to a level where the headrest is just about even with the top of her eyebrows, right in through there. That should be the right height. How's that feel?
It feels pretty good.
Okay, now that I've done this, I want to sit down. I don't want to be lording over her. I want to be more at her eye level. So here we are. We're sitting. We're talking. I got her in the chair that's fitted properly. I'm just going to ask her some simple questions and see how things are going. Says, well, how does that feel?
Right now, Tom, it feels pretty good.
Pretty good. Relax back a little bit for me. You notice how that headrest, how it comes forward and it's fitting properly for her? Some things I'm going to really want to watch here for the fitting aspect of it. The knees, they're off the end of the chair. They're in between the ottoman and the chair. The ankle here, how she's sitting, the ankle is just nicely off the end of the ottoman. In this position with this ottoman bent this way, we've taken all the pressure off her knees and all the pressure off the ankles. How's that feel?
Great.
Do you read in your chair?
I certainly do.
And when you're reading, how's your arms?
They feel pretty supported right now.
Yeah, right there. See, you've got to be able to have those elbows on there so they're reading. Because it's important. Our chairs, it's real important. They have the comfort while they're reading, watching TV, or whatever it is they want to do. The chair feels pretty good for you. What do you think?
I like it, Tom. However, the flaps bother me just a little bit, right back here and right back here.
You know, and that's very common with our Vegas and Reno series chairs. They're very comfortable. It's our best-selling chair, but occasionally you run into people that have problems with the flaps. So I'd ask her one more question. Do you like the softness of it?
I do like the softness of it.
Okay, now with this, I've been able to see a couple things. I've adjusted the headrest almost all the way down, so she's got probably a shorter torso than what most people do. She's a little petite. She doesn't like the flaps, but she likes the softness of it. Since I did the headrest all the way down, I know I can fit into just about any of our medium, or perhaps even some of our smaller chairs. The legs are the perfect length right here, so I'm going to try and get her to get up, and let's try another chair. Well, Janet, I think that the fit is very important for you. I've got another chair that I think will work real good for you. Do you mind if we get up and do that?
Of course.
Well, come on up over here. And I would lead her over to this other chair. This happens to be the Chelsea that I think is probably going to fit for her too. And I'm going to swivel it and swivel it back over, and I'm going to sit down right next to her. Now, Janet, you notice when we went over here, we do this on purpose, don't we?
Right, because it was an easy transition from the Vegas group to the Kensington group. Both of these groups are in our top selling chairs. This is how your zone should be set up, so the chairs are easily accessible for you to work with your customer in the zone. Make sure that you show the size story, that you have the small, medium, and large lined up correctly, and hopefully in the same color. It makes your job much easier if you have your zone set up correctly in a way that it works for you as well as for the customer.
That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? We want to show you, set this zone up so it's best for you to sell in. There's a lot of ways to do it, and Janet did a great job doing that now. Now, when we're sitting here in this chair, I've noticed her legs are crossed, which is fine. Sit. Might want to bring the ottoman back a little bit, get her to sit the same way she did it before. This is the small chair. This was a medium over here, but this small, to me, seems to fit her pretty good. How do you feel?
It feels fine.
Feels fine. You know, the elbows are sitting properly, shoulders are at the right spot, the headrest. Go ahead and recline all the way back for me. You notice in that reclined position, your eyes are still facing forward, so that headrest is at the proper height. This looks like it's a pretty good fit. That's got to be very comfortable.
It is very comfortable. And Tom, in all honesty, I think either the medium or the small would be fine for me. Just didn't like the flaps on the medium size there.
You know, and one of the things that she just did a point, a lot of times the difference between the medium and small, a lot of it's the width of the chair. The fit is important though, that they, so they can be comfortable down the road. You don't want to give up right now. I think 3 chairs is what you want to get them in so they'd have some comparison. So do you mind if we try one more chair?
Of course we can.
Well, Janet, how does this one feel?
It feels okay, Tom. My personal taste is I liked the other 2 better than this one.
Well, this is the Diplomat, a little firmer seat with the fabric on it. What do you think of the fabric?
Fabric's nice, but I'm a leather person.
You're a leather person, yeah. And I noticed when she's sitting there, everything looks fine. The rest might be a little bit low for her, but look at how her elbows are so much higher up. If you were to read a book here, try to read a book, how much higher up her elbows would be here. So yeah, that is a dead giveaway that this chair is just not right for her because there's just not enough room there for her to rest her elbows on. It would bother her, give her shoulder problems as we go. Well, obviously the Chelsea over here was the chair that was the best, so why don't we just go right back to that?
Okay, that sounds great.
Now what I want to do here with this skeleton is I'll answer any technical questions that she has. I'll talk about the plus system, other things to really add the value to the chair, and that'll lead us to closing the sale at this point. And that's how simple it is. That's the way it works. But now, Janet's got to size me.